d5 occupies the center and controls the e4 and c4 squares. The bishop is ready to be developed to an active square. This is a book move, meaning it follows established opening theory, played by top players for years. This prepares the bishop for development. Developing the knight and increasing influence in the center. This fianchettos the bishop by placing it on a powerful diagonal. The bishop is ready to be developed to an active square. This strikes at the center to fight for space. This develops the bishop and gives it scope on the long diagonal. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. Black's recapture simultaneously activates another piece. This activates a piece and simultaneously wins time by attacking a queen. This moves the queen to safety. This is a fair move. This defends the attacked pawn. This threatens to capture a pawn and win material after the follow-on trades. Right on target. This misses an opportunity to develop a bishop off its starting square. This prevents the opponent from being able to win material through a tactic. This develops a piece while also winning a tempo on a rook. This is the only good move. This blocks the attack on a rook that could have been captured. This takes an open file, a common method for activating a rook. This fianchettos the bishop by placing it on a powerful diagonal. After all captures, this is an equal trade. Recaptures. White develops further. The rooks can see each other now, allowing them to provide mutual defense. This permits the opponent to win a pawn through a discovered attack. That was a strong discovery, and black will win a pawn. This is the only move that works. This places a rook on the 7th rank, where it can be highly active. This overlooks an opportunity to tactically win a pawn. This is an equal trade. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. After all captures, this is an equal trade. This threatens to tactically win a bishop. This prevents the opponent from being able to tactically win a bishop. Very precise. This misses a better way to evade the check from the opposing knight. This moves the pawn to safety. This overlooks an opportunity to increase a bishop's scope by moving it to a better square. This overlooks a better way to move a knight to safety. This allows the opponent to win a tempo by threatening a rook. This wins a tempo by threatening a rook and forcing it to move away. The rook is now on an open file, which helps control squares across the board. This threatens to tactically win a rook. This stops the opponent from being able to tactically win a rook. This allows the opponent to reveal a check, while also attacking a pawn. This reveals a check. This is the only good move. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. There was only one good move there. Now black can't stop white from winning a pawn if they make the right moves. Only one move worked there, and this wasn't it. This is the only move that works. This evades the check from the knight. This allows the opponent to capture a knight and win material after the follow-on trades. That knight capture will win material after all trades are complete. takes back. Recaptures. This passed pawn is a strong asset for black. This is the only good move. This moves the bishop to a better location, allowing it to control more squares. This takes an open file, a common method for activating a rook. This is the only move that works. This threatens to eventually win a pawn. That pawn was free for the taking. The rooks are coordinated and powerfully doubled on the file. Putting the piece on a blockade square. This move puts the rook on a safer square. This is the strongest option. Right on target. This steps away from the checking rook. An active king is critical in the endgame, and getting it off of the back rank is the first step. This moves the bishop to a more active square, making it gain scope. This threatens to win a bishop by trapping a piece. This puts the rook behind the other player's passed pawn. The rooks can see each other now, allowing them to provide mutual defense. That was a free pawn. This puts the rook behind the other player's passed pawn. Very precise. One of the best moves. This is the strongest option. This steps away from the checking bishop. The passed pawn moves towards its goal. A very strong play. The bishop now occupies a secure outpost. This evades the check from the bishop. This creates a pawn chain, linked pawns that form a strong structure. A solid choice. This moves the bishop to a better location, allowing it to control more squares. This steps away from the checking bishop. This takes an outpost, a square where the bishop cannot be kicked out by a pawn. This evades the check from the bishop. One of the best moves. This immobilizes the bishop by pinning it to the king. This breaks a pin, enabling a bishop to provide needed defense. This is the way to win a bishop. Pushing a passed pawn. Placing a rook behind an opposing passed pawn can inhibit the pawn's ability to promote. White's bishop has moved to a square with greater activity and control. This steps away from the checking bishop. The bishop now occupies a secure outpost. This evades the check from the bishop. Ignoring the threat on the bishop, a difficult move to see. A very strong play. This wins a rook. This threatens to play checkmate.